I welcome one and all to this very interesting module of hepatology. So, today our topic is cirrhosis of liver. We are starting hepatology with cirrhosis because it provides a continuity for us and it is in accordance with our IN schedule also. And also I want you people to have a continuity of how we are going to read liver. Liver is a very easy and interesting topic and it's a very scoring subject. So, I want you to concentrate and get the full attention in this subject. Okay, so cirrhosis of liver, this will be the part 1 and all the complications will be dealt in part 2. So what is cirrhosis? Cirrhosis is a histopathological diagnosis. So what is it? So our normal liver architecture is going to be replaced by nodules. So this is basically because of irreversible necrosis, extensive fibrosis which is going to have regenerative nodules and the normal architecture is going to be replaced by nodules. So, because of this extensive fibrosis, there is an architectural distortion which is going to take place in the liver and the hepatocellular mass is going to come down. Because of this, there is a decreased function, decreased blood flow and shrinkage of liver is going to take place. This is basically cirrhosis. So, if you take cirrhosis, it is a histopathological diagnosis where fibrosis is happening and normal architecture of the liver is being replaced by nodules. Okay. How will you classify cirrhosis? There are different classifications. We'll just see the two classifications which are common. One is morphological classification. Yes. So, morphologically it is classified into micro and macronodular. So, what is micronodular? Micronodular is the liver is replaced by nodules which is less than 3 mm. Okay. And macronodular is more than 3 mm. Okay. Now, there should be one characteristic example of each, right? So, macronodular is also called as post-necrotic. Post-necrotic. And the most common area where you see this is post-viral. HBV, NAFLD, and Wilson's. These are the common areas where you see macronodular cirrhosis. So, cirrhosis is divided into micronodular, macronodular. Macronodular cirrhosis is more than 3 mm. The characteristic of macronodular cirrhosis is also post-viral, which is because of hepatitis B. And other causes are post-viral, NAFLD and Wilson's. Next, micronodular. Micronodular is less than 3 millimeters. And where do you see it? It is characteristically seen in alcoholics. So, alcoholic liver disease, it is most commonly seen. The other areas are primary biliary cirrhosis. This is one more area where it is seen and hemochromatosis. So, hemochromatosis, primary biliary cirrhosis and alcohol are the most common causes of micronodular cirrhosis. Micronodular cirrhosis is also called as Lannex cirrhosis. It is an old term which is not in parlance now, but still it is good to know. Okay, this is how you will morphologically classify cirrhosis. Now, etiological classification of cirrhosis. What is the one major cause? What is the most common cause of cirrhosis in the world? It is NAFLD. Okay, NASH and NAFLD related cirrhosis is the most common cause of cirrhosis in the world. But in India, the most common cause of cirrhosis is alcohol. So, these are the two main causes, etiological causes of cirrhosis. So, first is NAFLD. Second is alcohol and third, which is coming down, is hepatitis B, C, D, viral causes. Okay, and fourth is autoimmune. So, autoimmune hepatitis, primary biliary cirrhosis and primary sclerosing cholangitis. These are the other causes. Fifth one is toxin related. So, what are the toxins? One is arsenic, methotrexate, amiodarone. These are all toxin related. Then it is metabolic. In metabolic, we have hemochromatosis, Wilson's, alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, galactosemias, and other glycogen storage disorders. Okay, these are the main causes. Of course, we have the surgical causes like biliary atresia, stone formation, all these things. And the most common cause of cirrhosis in children is Indian childhood cirrhosis. Okay. If we are not able to place the cirrhosis in any of these things, we call it a cryptogenic cirrhosis. So, the most common cause of cirrhosis in the world is NAFLD. In India, it is alcohol-related cirrhosis, and hepatitis B, C and D follow suit, followed by autoimmune, PBC, PSC, toxin-mediated, metabolic and surgical causes. Okay. Now, so this is the both classification of morphological classification as well as etiological classification. So, next we will be going on to pathogenesis. I will draw a normal hepatocyte for you. Okay, so this is a normal hepatocyte and this is a hepatic stellate cell. This is a sinusoidal lumen where there is a fenestration. So, there is going to be some fenestrations here and there. So, this is a sinusoidal lumen with fenestrations. Okay. So, this is called the space of Dis. Space of Disci or Dis. Okay. This is where the hepatic stellate cell is. And a Kupffer cell, a typical Kupffer cell will be located inside the sinusoidal lumen. So, this is like a normal hepatic cell that you are seeing. Now, what happens is this hepatic stellate cell in the space of Disci, this gets activated and this gets transformed into a myofibroblast. Yeah. So, because of this activation, it gets activated and it becomes a myofibroblast. Once it becomes a myofibroblast, there is a lot of matrix which is going to be released, which is the most common matrix which is formed is fibronectin, and that is going to get deposited in the space of Disci. So, the collagen type 1 cells are going to be deposited here, and this is going to further lead to hepatic stellate cells activation.